On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, we are here with the car crusher again, and my dad, and Joey. What is going on, guys? I'm Watch Chair Go, and like I said, here with the car crusher, everybody wanted to see an update on it. And the update is today we have to assemble all that stuff we did in the last video because, well, Dad was out of town for like 3 weeks. So it's been a little while. They're up there cutting some stuff up. These guys are operating today, so it's actually super loud in here. They do have those really cool track cones with the cabs that go up and down. Pretty sweet. So I've spent the last quite a few minutes here chasing all the threads to mount this box, and I finally got all these bolts in there. We've got a stacked up section of washers to choke that thing down to what they were using, little tiny bolts to hold on the previous panel there. So now we've got the panel mounted. I need to tighten down all these bolts. But first, we really don't have any tools. Did this whole thing with just a crescent wrench, and they had some oil laying on the floor here, so we used that to chase the threads. Dirt was just flowing out of them. As I screwed the bolt in, dirt just kept coming out, and we took some paper, wiped it all off. Anyway, field repairs, you know? That's how it works. What are you guys doing with that cutoff wheel up here?
Oh, we had to get this
shorten up the yeah.
It wouldn't we couldn't get it bound. We couldn't get it turned sharp enough to get it in there.
So you had to put a little notch in it?
We made it a little relief here.
Luckily that is one small cutoff wheel tool, small grinder. Let's see if we can solve this tool problem. There are some tools in the Porsche. Also, look at the Porsche. It's parked in the... I didn't have my truck, I had to drive this. Okay, so all of this was in here yesterday. Harbor Freight sent me this as a Christmas present, which is like the ultimate Christmas present. I hate to leave the doors open on this thing because it's all super fine dirt that just like flies in here. We need a socket set out there, and we don't quite have that. Anyway, I should tell you guys what's in here because it's amazing. Icon's flush cut pliers for cutting zip ties, water pump pliers. These are the Knipex style that I love. I mean, they do everything, they're awesome. Wire strippers. Another gold ratchet, which is like the coolest thing ever. The other one I used so much that I took most of the gold off it. I mean, I used that ratchet forever. And there's a whole drawer in the toolbox just for the gold ratchets. So this is some nice rubber coated vice grips. We've got a parts tray, another set of the Icon screwdrivers that I absolutely love, and it comes with the backpack. Well, that's a knife, microfiber towels, a wrench. Is that a 10? A bottle opener and a 5/8. Awesome. I think we're about to open all this up and put it in a tool bag here so that we can actually do some work. Wow, double A's and a lightning cable too. It's crazy, Harbor Freight. Thank you guys. This just randomly showed up as a notification that a FedEx package was coming, and boom. Pretty cool backpack too. Got a big solid bottom. I think the tool I need for all of today is this. Okay, so now we're hooking up the power from this junction box to the motors. This is one of the first pump motors we're working on here.
This is a hydraulic motor for cooling. It just circulates. It just circulates.
Gross. Look how they did that.
Yeah. That's nice, isn't it? Well done.
All right, well.
So we're going to replace it with new wiring.
And will that fit the top knockout?
It's actually a ½ inch, so.
Oh, okay.
It's got a seal on it, but I think the best thing to do would be to go ahead and just knock this one out, and then go back and get a three-quarter hole seal with a weather-tight hole seal to put in there. So to knock that out, we just knock this like that.
Oh, it's cast.
It's cast aluminum.
Okay.
We'll put this right in here. This is all that stuff we did the other day when we were up here measuring all this.
Right.
Okay, I gotta get that.
I barely fit. Oh, okay. Need a slide hammer for that.
We gotta get some new connectors.
Yeah.
Well, it's not very handy. It's about as handy as a pocket in your underwear.
Yeah, they didn't leave you any room to work. So far, we got the panel mounted. We've got this wires all laid out, ready to get terminals crimped on and landed on that motor. And over here,
Need 10 more.
We're doing the fun part. These are a brand new connector with an indicator LED for whether these solenoids are engaged or not. So I'm gonna be over here for the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours, landing solenoid after solenoid. There's like 20 or 30 of these that need done. So just stripping the wires and landing them like this. We'll try to time lapse some of this so you can see what's going on. Basically, there's 3 terminals in each one of these. Loosen them up, strip the wires, put them in, and then clock this the right direction and put the whole thing together. So I just finished up the first one at about 7 or 8 minutes a pop. This should only take about 3 or 4 hours to get all these connectors on here. Look at these brand new hydraulic lines. There's some of the missing ones there. Yeah, so every one of these needs terminated, and you figure it takes about 8 minutes to strip the wire, twist, put all the waterproof stuff together, and then fix the solenoids that are all destroyed like that, re-gasket them. There's quite a bit to do here. There we go, the motor's all done up. It looks a lot better than the old stuff.
Yeah, I got the new wires in there. That's the stuff we took out, which has just been lots of different repairs.
You flip the faces?
Huh? It should be brown, orange, yellow for boy.
Okay.
And I don't care what's up here. That's brown, yellow, and red.
It is red, yeah.
But that's just the motor leads that they use when they make the motor.
Yeah.
So
and it's also tied to black, green, and blue at the same time.
Yeah. So that's just the way it's tied up.
Okay.
For yeah, there's your other wires. So anyway, that's done. I'll put a hole closure right here that'll be sealed. Then we'll get this cover back on it today, and that'll be done. Now I start working on these other switches and doing what you're doing, only over. I'm gonna do it over here on this end.
We got a lot of those things to do. So over here we've got, I finished that one, and we're just gonna keep right on chugging. I've got these 2 coming up next for those switches and solenoids, and I've got the seals on there, and I'm getting ready to make up the ends. Joey's rocking and rolling on that limit switch there. Yeah. Got that panel mounted back there, that box. Anyway, with 3 people here, a lot gets done real fast. Got the lift on those bad boys. All the visibility.
You can see inside the truck. I'm just taking this motor apart to go in and fix the wiring up on this one.
Yep. This is the cooling fan motor. Next one in the chain. We'll just keep going. 1 set of solenoids wired. I know I was gonna try to get time lapse, but there's nowhere to put a camera around here at all. So these are all ready, and now I get to move to the back and start over. This shouldn't take too long. It looks like there's just 15 more back there for me to wrap up. Also, this might be the coldest day of the year so far. It's like 34 degrees, and when the wind stops, it's great. The wind and the sun, everything's okay. But as soon as that wind hits, it's like standing in a refrigerator. My nose is running. I'm a mess, and we can't really feel our hands either. All right, I think I can show you guys building the entire setup for Solenoid 944 here. Start with one of these stainless adapters with the O-ring seal on it. Tighten that down, really just by hand. You don't want to over tighten that, it's plastic. And then 944 is our very top line right there. Piece of Liquitite. We'll cut all this off. Just drop it like a real electrician, obviously. You know what they say about Sparkies. And then we have to pull the screw out of this, open this thing up, and slide out. All right, now we can slide our wires in here. And oh, it would help if I had an end on here. All right, now we've got an end on our Liquitite, and we can slide our wires through there, get this started. Okay, just kind of using the actual housing to spin the thing together. And now I've got 2 wrenches up here, really just a bunch of adjustable pliers. Yeah, I'm gonna use them the wrong way. Not worried about that. Let's start with the top, and then we'll work down, actually. You do want to make sure this lays correctly. I might actually have to loosen that back up and rotate it just a little bit, so we've got that all set up right. But now we'll go ahead and strip this thing and install our terminal in here. And while I'm thinking about it, install our gasket onto the solenoid. Luckily, these have keyed terminals, so it makes it pretty easy to get that exactly the way it belongs. And I think this is gonna have to sit kind of a weird direction because it goes all the way upside down. Go ahead and strip our wires for the terminal block. I don't know if I can actually put them in upside down, but we're gonna try. These things are supposed to be clockable. You can put it in any direction you want and then set the housing the direction it needs to go. Upside down is pretty tricky though. Got our new Harbor Freight flush cutters here, which are working great today. Let me really clean all this up after I'm done. Okay, we're gonna try to put this one in upside down. I've never tried this before. It might work. Hard to get the wires to lay back down in there, but there we go. That is one end made, and I just need to get the clocking right here.
Oh, he just disappeared off the radar. I hope he does. He just disappeared off the radar. I have no idea.
There we go. That is a start to finish solenoid connector build. It does take quite a while. And yes, these screws are probably the Japanese Phillips. I forgot which one. Whatever that's called, JDX or something. Honestly, a number 2 Phillips always gets the job done, so that's what we use. Okay, it's been a few hours. Sun's going down fast. It's about to get cold really fast, but we had to go buy more Liquitite couplers for the 3/8 Liquitite, which is impossible to find. All the big box stores, nobody has it. So luckily, Dad has a pretty huge stock of that stuff at his place, and then we still had to stop by Lowe's and Ace Hardware all over the city. But we're back, and we're ready to knock out more of this because we had totally ran out of the connectors I needed. It's time to get back to work. I'm gonna terminate as much of this as fast as I can, and we'll go from there. We're still getting stuff knocked out. We were planning on turning on the power today, but we are gonna run out of light before we can actually power this thing up. So it might be a one more day saga. Dad, making some modifications over there. Jake and I have an assembly line set up here, building these connectors as fast as we can. And the rally festivus here, pretty crazy. Well, somebody showed up and turned off the big flashlight. We got a lot of this done. If you look at it, I got all those connectors on there. Looking pretty good, that one and that one, and this one's built. And then I found out that my 45 won't clear the hydraulic line. So that's always nice. There's obviously like 30 more of these that need done, which we haven't gotten done. We ran out of time, ran out of toes, and ran out of fingers. It's crazy cold and hard to move your feet, so we are, there's a bunch of stuff here to pick up, so yeah. All that goes in his truck. Anyway, we're trying to load everything up right now. I've got tons of stuff up top. I'm gonna go up there and start picking everything up, and we're gonna roll out. That's the update on the car crusher. We thought we were gonna get a lot farther. Okay, the battery died. Lithium batteries don't like the cold either. Basically, nothing likes the cold. That's what we're getting here. We got a lot of wiring done. It looks like a machine again. If you look up there, you can see almost everything connected over here. Quite a bit of the stuff over on the hydraulic pump and the tank is connected. There's still a lot to do. It was a pretty productive day.
Yep, got a lot done.
So we will be back at it in another couple weeks or something like that. Week, I don't know.
Like tomorrow, like next week.
Oh, you're gonna bring employees?
No.
Well, you don't include me. I got stuff to do too.
Guess what? Your plans have just been made.
So if you could finish up this machine, that'd be nice. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjargo.com for cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. This episode brought to you by cheap Milwaukee gloves. I bought in bulk on eBay because my hands still work a little bit.
How'd they fit?
You know, if the thing about this, who cares if they fit? It's 70 bucks for like 20 of them, and they're insulated.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It just seems like the cheap gloves always have like this much extra.
These are right on my fingers, actually.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. They're largest.
You can play the piano in those.
Okay. Well, I can't play the piano. All right, we're out of here.
Have
Have fun rallying.
Okay, I'm gonna